Why, hello there, everyone. It is me, and I have shaved. Please don't feel like you gotta turn your show off. I have shaved, as you can see, so now I am a big, bald, hairy beast again with this big beard. It's almost like I got this Amish beard going on. Like, we gonna give up electricity and, like, live in a cabin or something, and Aisha's over there being nasty off camera like she always is. I don't know what I want to talk about. There are a lot of things going on in my head tonight. I have done some pretty fun writing today. I had, like, over the last couple of days, like, okay, real talk. Let's have a real talk moment. I don't do, it's not that, like, I have fake talk, but there are some things that I just avoid. There are some things that are just not worth saying. Let's have a real talk moment. I look forward every night to having new material for my wife to look at because I enjoy discussing it and getting her input, and knowing that it's being looked at encourages me to move forward. Last night I had a couple of chapters that I wanted her to look at, but at the same, no, hush, don't worry, it gets better. I had a couple chapters I wanted her to look at, but it was late, and also we decided that it would be much more prudent of us to just have sex. So we did that. So this morning, I got up again and went right back to my writing. And as I was writing, it wasn't like I missed something, but I realized that an opportunity had presented itself if something had happened differently somewhere else. Luckily, she hadn't seen it, so I went and I put it in there. So it flowed nice and smooth. And now, when she does read it, she'll be like, wow, what a twist. Which is funny. And again, I guess since we're having real talk, it's real talk time with Patrick Harris.
Tonight, I love it.
I like when she reads and she's like, oh, wow, I can't believe you think of these things. And wow, that's so clever. And it's like, half the time, I have a plan on where I'm going. Like, I know far beyond. Like, I'm in season 6. I know pretty much where I'm going for the end of season 6. I really do. And even heading into 7. But sometimes there are these moments that happen where I want her to see it and be like, holy shit, you were really thinking ahead, weren't you? And I go, yeah, I was. But then sometimes I just get fucking lucky. Sometimes I'm not necessarily looking for a twist, but I'll be like, this kind of sounds like this other thing. I'm going to make these two things a thing. And then it just is. We were talking the other day. I'm going to show you this. Not that I'm embarrassed about it. This is a fan fiction that I published. Not supposed to publish fan fiction. You can get in a whole bunch of trouble for that. But didn't make a dime off of it. Never sold a single copy. I wanted to have it strictly for me. This was the first book that I did that just wasn't my own original work. I mean, it's original work, but it's based off characters. And then this is a picture from like a Sentai of Power Rangers that wasn't used on television. I felt like that was important. And it's written, I want to say in like 2004, 2005, something like that. I mean, it's old. It's old. It's at least 15 years old. And I'm reading it, and this is actually the rewrite, because the original, I went back and I was like, I'm going to add in new stuff because it's not very descriptive. So I went in and I added some new stuff, and I came up with a whole new plot line for it. This was back in the day. And then I published this thing, and I was reading it last night, and it's still not very descriptive.
Not last night, night before.
Was it the night before? Yeah, it was. It was the night before. It's like there are still things, but my wife pointed out to me that, and it makes sense. I started writing these because I wanted to encourage my son to read. And he liked Power Rangers. So I was like, well, if he has something that he can read that he can get into, maybe he'll be more interested. So I started writing these. So they're written so that a 5 or a 6-year-old would be like, oh, man, this is pretty cool. And it's Power Rangers. Like, like Kari was convinced that when he turned 12, he could go on the Zeo quest and become a Power Ranger. And I didn't want to rob him of that. And also,
like Karen?
it's just, oh, look, you know what? I'm glad you said that. It was funny because I ended up buying him a morpher and I put it in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea was that we were gonna send him on the Zeo quest in the backyard, and then he'd find the morpher, but he found the box.
Dang!
I was like, damn it! So completely ruined it. And after that, and he was 12.
How did he find it?
He was like, oh no, he wasn't 12. He was like maybe 10 or 11.
No, he wasn't 12.
No, he wasn't 12 because we were here.
This
was we were still at my father's place, so he was fairly young. But that ruined Power Rangers for him. He was
really?
like he still watched. Like we had a good time, but
he wasn't like,
the idea of son, because some people scare their kids with Santa. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll call Santa. For me, I was like, if you act up in school, I'm gonna call Zordon, and you can't be a Power Ranger. He was like, no, I'll be good.
Aww.
Like, it worked wonders. And it's funny. It is, while it's written for him, it's very simply written, but the story, it's like, spoiler alert for those of you who ever intend to, kids of former Power Rangers have to get together and do a thing, and they're assembled by somebody who's related to Zordon. And Asia is finally, she's his sister, Zalara.
Zordon Zalara.
So Asia is finally at the part where the first person they recruit to become a Power Ranger has to sacrifice herself. And she's like, oh no, I can't believe you killed Kim. It's like, there's so much other shit that's going to go on that she doesn't know about, which is really entertaining for me. Like, I'm really having a good time with that. So sooner or later, she's going to get to finish it. And you don't get to see her. There's nobody in this.
No.
I'm doing a video by myself.
I'm about as black as the book, so.
Oh, hush. Oh, same thing.
Oh, no.
But for what it is a fun piece of work. And I've had the opportunity to revisit this many, many years later, which has been really fun for me. Revisit in the sense that I've been reading over it and I respect it for what it is. And also, I've managed to work these characters into my new series. So I'm essentially writing a fan fiction about a fan fiction, which is like, it's been awesome. It really has.
You are so cute.
You're so cute. So, real talk time. I'm enjoying this. I would like her to sit and enjoy this. It's this book is actually a culmination of 13 chapters. While I'm here, I've been writing this thing in chapters, and sometimes I mentally get down on myself for, man, it's like I'm writing it and we really seem to be following this one plot. There are not a lot of subplots going on. And if it was ever adapted into a series, which is what I'm always thinking about, like, really, how would that go? Honestly, I feel like all 6 seasons that I have would probably end up filling 2 seasons. Because that's just how much shit's going on. But 3 chapters might constitute an episode. So while it's 2 or 3 parter for a chapter, if it was an episode, you could probably break that down into 25 minutes. So I try not to worry about that so much and just make sure the story gets told the way I want it to be told. Look at her. She's so cute. Look at her. She can come up to me talking about some thank you for marrying me. It's like, I was begging you to marry me. It was like, if I could have married you day one, I would have. I don't know if it'll worked because I wasn't shit in 2008.
Oh, please.
How was it?
We were both just different.
Oh
people.
my God. Like, I'm a completely different person.
We weren't as mature as we are now.
Mature.
We had
I'm
to
mature?
go through what we went through.
Am I mature?
You're more mature than you were. Is that fair?
So what?
You're mature enough to make it go. Don't.
Yeah, I'm mature enough to make it go, but your standards for what go is are so low.
Are you a captain?
I don't have my pips today. No
But
pips on the collar
So
today.
you're off-duty captain.
Yeah, I am.
You think immature captains get to be captain?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure there are some
they wouldn't be
crappy
very good
captains that slip
captains.
through the cracks.
So
but
do you think you're a good captain?
I think I do okay.
Okay. So even if you're a little immature,
Hey, the
that just
picture of
means
you and
you're
your
a mature.
graduation cap is gone.
It's right there, actually.
Which is funny. I want to do that.
No.
This is a picture of Asia when she graduated. I was like, oh, what is this? Is this like you from middle school? She was like, no, this is elementary school. She's like, this is like she's graduating from preschool to elementary school. And it's like,
No, I was graduating from preschool to go to kindergarten.
That's even worse.
Or no, wait. I think I was graduating from kindergarten.
Okay, so you're on your way to first grade, but it's like she looks like she's like 6th grade going to like I graduated from elementary school and I'm on my way to middle school. No. She's going to the 1st grade. Like, that's so weird. I'm gonna put that picture in there so I can always have it.
Like, you weren't gonna always have it?
Yeah, I'm gonna always have it. I'm done. This concludes Real Talk with Patrick Harris.
That's the name of your video, huh?
It is. I just had stuff in my mind that I wanted to share.
You're so cute.
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 Ooh, no, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. No. Ain't no.